we've got, and I'm going to say this very wrong, and I should have spoke to you beforehand because I've been a rubbish chair here. I was like, Mauro Ortelli.
That's very good.
Oh, that's all right. So he's the MD at 1440, which is part of the Compass Group, and he looks after the integrated facilities management.
I've got the same problem, so I should have got very vocals, if I'm honest. I'll address the elephant in the room first and foremost. I know I don't look Italian, so just to get it out there. It was a perennial problem of mine. My father gave me that very Italian name, but I took my mother's genes, so there you go. That's. I've answered that question now. I think before I start, and I will shimmy on because I'm aware that we're short of time. I'm from a hospitality background. I worked in hotels for many, many years before I went into FM about 20 odd years ago. So I'm going to talk to you about robotics, which is a bit weird, when actually I'm all about the people. So we're going to talk to you for the next few minutes about cobotics, so that sort of symbiotic relationship between the use of robotics in our FM industry and ultimately the people that work alongside it. So I've got a few bit of script because it was half term last week, that's my excuse. So just bear with me. Brilliant. So collaborative robots or cobots, they've revolutionised, I think, the tasks that we deliver in FM. Initially designed for production lines and logistics, but they're now being really utilised in our FM industry, certainly across healthcare, education, and all of the service industries. I think as a result, sort of FM strategists have embraced their use in our industry. I think ultimately there is an advantage around cleaning, certainly in catering and security. We know we can use drones and the like. And I guess if you think about it, the possibilities are endless. Cobots, so the use of the human and the robots, continue to inspire. They'll drive innovation, and absolutely they'll progress our industry, I think, fundamentally, if you think about the Nokia phone of 20 odd years ago. So, what is cobotics? I think, as I've said, if you think of cobotics as a collaboration of the frontline worker and robots, and just going back to the points raised earlier on, this is about how we can enhance the service delivery and how we can make life easier for our frontline workforce. It's not just machines that are whirring away in the background and performing independent tasks. It's about the robot taking over those rather mundane and strenuous and repetitive tasks, but working alongside the humans, working alongside our workforce to support them in the great jobs that they do. Robots can perform repetitive tasks without the need for human help, so they can clean floors, they can serve customers, they can interact at receptions if you so wish, but actually what makes a difference is the people. I think ultimately for those high-risk jobs, those jobs that are repetitive, that are heavy duty, they can make the task safer, and I think ultimately that is something that we should be really pleased about. They'll also cut out the risk of human error. They can save the business money, enable employees to spend time on more meaningful or business-critical tasks. I think that's really, really key. Why have somebody mopping a floor for hours on end when actually we can get a robot to do it? And finally, they can also attract positive attention from customers. So I've got 4 kids. I think I've got one now that is technically Gen Alpha, which is the next one coming along, and Gen Zs, and that they've all embraced technology. And I know, working across some of our contracts and looking at some of our clients, that one of the things that attracts a new employee into the workplace, and not just necessarily working for an organisation like ours, but into our customers' organisations, is that they think their business is really progressive if they're grabbing hold of technology. So if we can support them in that regard as well, then all the better. I think also the key thing here is that it improves productivity. So we believe that incorporating robots into everything we do will increase our productivity. Absolutely. In fact, it's fourfold. So, something that you would do by hand, will be done in 4 times quicker, and we can do 1,000 square meters an hour with a robot, which I think for those tasks that are really, really boring but have to be done, then that's testament to the power of the technology and why we should embrace the use of robots in our business. So I guess from a business perspective, why is it important, and why should we embrace the use of cobots? So also known as the collaborative robot. They are really a game changer, I think, in the cleaning industry. They offer flexibility of working large spaces. They allow the human team members to focus on the high traffic areas, to provide value back to the customer. And this approach helps businesses manage recruitment challenges. So we all know how difficult it is to recruit really great people into our business. But if we can support some of those vacancies with technology while it's appropriate, then I think we should do so. As a consequence, they probably justify the return on the investment. Strategically deployed, cobots can significantly reduce the number of labour hours required to complete tasks. Now, as a person that is really people-focused, I'm a little bit nervous about that. And it doesn't mean that we're going to replace human workers with robots. I think instead it should be about grabbing with both hands the opportunity we have to look at the technology that's out there and make sure it works hand in hand with the people that we have on the ground. Because ultimately, as many of us have said today, we are a people-based business, and this is about delivering for our customers. And ultimately, a robot can't do that, but they can take away some of the hassle. So, cobots can mitigate our labour challenge, as I've said. So cobots play a crucial role in the industry by boosting productivity. They cover vacancies, as I've already mentioned. They ultimately will improve our bottom line. We can expect to see cobots collaborate with employees in every sector, growing more capable with each passing year. I think, again, if you reflect on the smart technology in our telephones and how that's moved on, year on year on year, we're seeing that across our industry in terms of how the robots and robotics and technology are supporting in the FM industry. There are some differing opinions on this, and some people are very nervous about the introduction of robots into FM, whether it's in cleaning, whether it's in security, but ultimately I think it's the way forward. So the white paper that we published a number of months ago provides a comprehensive analysis of the functions of high-tech robots and cobotics and how they perform and the numerous benefits they can bring to the FM sector. So I think it will be on the website for you guys to download if you wish after this event. I think for me, what's also important, it's not just about something that whirs around on the floor. There are opportunities to harness cobotics in retail as well. So frictionless is the next level of the retail experience, for example. So market insights into frictionless predict that there'll be further rapid expansion over the next 3 years. The global number of frictionless stores is expected to grow annually by 91%, and sales are predicted to reach a staggering 300 billion by 2025. And the latest market research shows that actually it does provide a reduction in labour costs for those people managing those stores, but that cost can be reinvested in providing a better service to our customers, and also provide a saving on some of the products that are being sold. In fact, if the right product mix is available at the right time, then actually it has an ATV increase of circa 20% on what's being sold. So it seems a no-brainer that we should be embracing cobotics. We should be embracing technology in our industry. So what are the challenges? In a recent survey conducted among industry leaders, such as yourself, it was identified that making cobotics work was slightly difficult. Frontline workers were concerned about their job security, which is understandable, and there were also issues with integration and training, and ultimately the upfront costs. However, despite these challenges, there's a growing interest in cobotics as a potential solution to the increasing demand for higher cleaning standards in the post-pandemic era, so if we focus on cleaning specifically. With technology advancing rapidly, it's very likely that cobotics will become a more common feature in facilities management services in the future, and I think we're all seeing that. In fact, circa 81% of FM leaders across the UK see cobotics as a potential solution to cleaning challenges over the next 5 years, and 73% believe that cobotics has the potential to transform the cleaning industry. So, as I've alluded to a few minutes ago, and this is because I had one, if you recall, 25 years ago, we were walking around with a brick-like Nokia. I think it was the 36-something. In fact, show my age, I'm old enough to remember the first mobile phone that required a briefcase to carry the battery. But if you just think about the last 25 years and how technology has moved on, actually just reflect on the workplace and how those smart devices will reflect how cobotics will move on. So absolutely, over the course of the next 5 years, we'll see a massive change in how we're delivering the services across our businesses to our customers. And I think we should absolutely embrace it. There is a psychological effect, though. So introducing robots into the human teams requires some serious consideration of psychology. Communication between humans happens unconsciously, but robots lack non-verbal clues. This makes it difficult to feel comfortable around robots, potentially leading to stress and feelings of fear and nervousness. Research has indicated that children form attachments to devices like smartphones. I've got 4 kids, they absolutely do. But it's unclear if adults will form a similar attachment to a robot. I think that's true too. Further research is definitely needed on this issue. Employers must consider the environment they are looking to introduce cobots into the workplace, especially in uncertain times like during the pandemic. Humans are naturally wired to dislike change, so employers need to have a plan to address potential issues that may arise. To maximise the benefits of humans and robots working together, employers should be aware of the issues and take steps to mitigate them. Research has suggested that making robots look more human-like is less helpful. Rather, we should be looking at the human traits around conversation, showing vulnerability, using natural language, telling stories, being able to make a joke, and even apologising. These communication strategies could have a powerful impact on how humans interact and respond to robots and could improve the team cohesion. The future may involve robots that interact in a more human way rather than just looking like humans. I think that was definitely a trait that we were asked to create a robot that would look a little bit more like us, and I think actually people see it as a gimmick. Recently we partnered with our equipment supplier to conduct a trial on robotics, looking at a scrubber dryer that's reduced water consumption by 70% and significantly fewer chemicals. Each of the robots that we use is assisted by a person and performs large area cleaning. The innovation that we've introduced supports sustainable cleaning and helps provide an efficient and sustainable cleaning solution. This has been really successful across the healthcare trust where we operate, and not only does it help in terms of labour efficiency, quality of cleaning, taking away those mundane tasks, but it also supports our climate net zero targets. The system is designed to assist all of our 3,000 cleaners, so I'm not suggesting we've got 3,000 robots, but it supports all of our cleaning teams. Each robot we use operates alongside a person who complements the robot's large area cleaning by performing tasks such as pre-sweeping, damp dusting, and high and low level dusting in corners, and actually glass cleaning. And there was, I think earlier on, we talked about an innovation that has been created for cleaning windows too. With this innovation, we're confident that we'll provide a more efficient and a more sustainable cleaning solution. So I think if I can conclude, the most common jobs for collaborative robots or cobots until now have been the production line and logistics. Material handling, assembly, pick and place are typical roles, but the use is widening. There are already cobots working in medical settings, education, catering, I've seen them serving customers, retail, and across the other service industries. So it's no surprise that FM strategists are embracing their use in cleaning, catering and security. The bottom line is that humans and robots are going to be teammates long into the future. So just like accepting that clunky Nokia is going to change, it's time we learned to work together with our robot counterparts and harness the technology that we're looking into. Thank you.